view. So I'll just take you upstairs and you can have a look. So we've got a 3-bedroom a 3-bedroom link property here. Now, before we purchase, or during the process of purchasing, there was a little bit of a delay because the lady here had this work done as part of a grant paid for by the local authority, and because she died within a certain period of time, the rules of that grant are that the money's got to be paid back. So the family who took possession of the property here from their parent, they had to repay to the council the cost of this work, or part of it, from the proceeds of sale. So there's a little bit of a delay there. Now, traditionally, of course, most bathrooms have got a bath, and this one has had the bath removed and a walk-in shower and wet room floor put in. Now, of course, ideally this isn't going to be suitable now for a new family. So the idea is to put a bath back in this area. But what we've just decided literally today is, rather than put a bath in and change it, and I would usually recommend you put a bath in, rather than do a lot more disturbing work here and disturbance, because the problem we've got, if we put the bath in this area here, we have to resite the basin, and there's not enough room for the basin to go in that space between a bath and that window. It's going to be too cramped. So the decision is, what do we do? So this morning, I've just spoken to my builders now, and what I've decided to do is I'm going to take this disabled shower unit arrangement out. I'm going to put a nice shower cubicle in. So if I can put a nice shower cubicle, I'm going to leave that shower, because there's nothing wrong with the shower and the bar, but where there are some grips and there's a small disabled seat down here, we'll take that out. If where the seat anchor points are causing a sort of an unsightly look in the tile, it'll be nothing for us to cut the tiles out, because they're only plain white basic tiles with a little bit of feature detail. We're going to take those tiles out and pop some new ones in. So we will take this flooring up, because it's whilst it's clean, it's not exactly attractive. We'll take the flooring up. We will put a nice shower cubicle in the corner. We will put a nice flooring back down, and then when we put our nice skirting in, we will hide that upstand there from this wet room shower floor. Because as you know, with these wet room shower floors, this is all sealed, and where the gully is there, we will utilize that gully from our new shower. So that's what we're going to do. You can see the ceiling here is pink, so it's been recently plastered, nothing to do there. Now, taking you into the bedrooms, this is the first one. This is the box room. It's just above the stairs, and you can see the bulkhead there of the stair. Again, papered, but when we come to taking the walls off, and this is the point I was making, this is a plaster skim that was done years ago when the house was built. But when you take the paper off, which we've done earlier on just to sort of check out the quality, this all comes away. So if you just think about it, you've got a labour rate per day. So if we have to come in and fill all these areas, sand them down, paint them, and then the builder's attitude is just skim over the lot. It's a job done, and a good plasterer will do, he'll plaster a room like this very quickly. What they'll do is they'll put one wall on, and then this wall, let that set and that set, and then they'll do that wall and this wall. So they do opposite walls to let it set. Here's the still furnished a bedroom from when the old lady was living here. This has all got to go. This ceiling's in good order, but here's the thing. When we take this wallpaper off and we take this cornice off, we'll have some damage to the ceiling. So we will look what we've got to do there. If we can patch in, we will. But if not, we may have to, unfortunately, skim this ceiling again. I hope we don't, because it's time and a little bit of money and necessary work. Here we've actually got a sort of anaglypta paper. You can see, if I can get you away from it, I've got anaglypta, but on the reveals of the windows, there's this sort of sandtex, like a paint with a sand in it. So why they've got that, I don't really know. So we'll get rid of all of this stuff, and we'll have a nice open room. And in fact, when we get rid of this, the room will be much bigger. So that's bedroom one, the master bedroom, bedroom one. And then I'm going to take you into this sort of second bedroom then, which is, you know, this is nothing we can do by way of size, it's what it is. But again, can you see the cracking in the ceilings? So, you know, to patch this over, get it all filled, sand it down, paint it, then maybe go over it again. Or one way to do it, and I have done this in the past, is to actually make the cracks bigger. So you rake the crack out quite often with a thick nail. So you can rake the crack out and then fill it with caulking. But again, it's sanding. By the time you mess about with it, and our plasterer will have the ceiling done in an hour. So literally in an hour, he'll have the whole thing skimmed. So what do you mess about and filling and then sandpaper in and then painting, or just get a plaster in here, 1 hour, bang, ceiling's done. You see? Okay, here again, now this is the old chimney breast, and you can see we've got some dampness. So when you start considering this whole situation of patching, what do we do? It's you know, we've got to consider and take it all in. Now here's the fun bit. Here's the back garden. Look at the mess on this place. You've got everything on this shed roof. The shed is full, so that needs emptying. So what we're going to do here, we're going to get the gardeners in literally today, the clearance guys. We're going to clear all of this loose stuff, everything that's loose and pick upable. We'll get it all gone and see where we are. Open fencing there, there's no fencing between here and next door. So what we're going to do is a nice 6-foot timber fence running from here all the way up to the back. We're going to put a fence across the back as well to contain it. And then from that sort of wall area where that yellow pipe is, we're going to infill there. Get all this cleared. So the next time I do a video for you, I'm guessing this is all going to be stripped out. It'll be in about 10 days time, maybe 7 days. Everything will be stripped. I'll be able to then show you a little bit more of the reasoning why we just said what we're going to do by taking the wallpaper off and justifying that. And maybe even by then the plasterer will have started. So tune in to the next video. In the past I've created about 6 to 12 videos from each property. So I'll do the same again. I'll keep them to a couple of minutes each so they keep them interesting, and I keep the quality there, and that's the main thing. So thanks very much for tuning in. I hope you are following the video series and enjoying what I'm producing, and that people are learning. And thanks for everybody for your feedback. It's very encouraging to hear people are learning stuff and the feedback is positive. So good luck you all, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.